How did it start?
It started in a seaside resort in Ireland, Salty. Remember? But we were working there 3 years prior to open this restaurant, where Paolo was the head chef, and I just arrived from London with dreams of becoming a full-time artist, painter. So I went to look for a job in the kitchen, like Paolo was the head chef. So I tried for a couple of days, and then I was offered a minimum wage, so low. I don't know if it's because of my performance, but I said, oh no way, no way. So when I was leaving, there was a super busy place that Roberta and Sofia was really busy. When I was leaving, Paolo kind of saw my CV and said, I never worked in the kitchen before, but you have 20 years experience, was it? 25 or something, as a mate. He said, why don't you stay with us, So I did, and I stayed for 3 years as the mate. So my career as a chef was long-lived, was a lot to cook, but I had to get back into the floor. And from there on, we kind of developed and we found this place. And we like to work together because if there was something I didn't like.
This restaurant itself,
Yes.
We're here nearly 2 years in June. We used to have a smaller place for about 2.5 years. It was cafe and wine bar, but always Italian. This place has been here for, I don't know how long, mid 18th century. It's a beautiful old 18th century building, and I think there's been a restaurant here since the early 90s. Every year, 2, 3 years it's changed.
Io sono arrivato qua nel 99, casualmente diciamo, in uno dei tanti miei viaggi. Ho trovato il posto interessante e quindi ho deciso di trattenermi e di iniziare a lavorare, a vivere il posto. Dopo anni mi sentivo pronto, quindi dopo anni di lavoro mi sentivo pronto ad aprire qualcosa di mio, cercare un po' di esprimere realmente quello che io sentivo della cucina italiana e cucina sarda, in quanto io sardo.
Well, we're here in Galway for 15 years. We source over 80% of our wines on the shelves ourselves, directly from small producers all over the world: Australia, New Zealand, Spain, Italy, France. We probably have a particular speciality for Spain, Italy, and Australia. We try and cover most regions in most countries.
Allora, anche questo un po' per caso, perché l'idea originale era di aprire un ristorante. Io all'epoca io ho lavorato sempre un po' in cucina, un po' in sala, un po' in cucina, un po' in sala, quindi ho sempre avuto sia il vino che i fornelli sotto mano. Dovevamo aprire un ristorante qua, non ci hanno dato il planning permission e quindi ho detto vabbè, mi fermo un paio di settimane e mettiamo insieme una selezione di vino per questo negozio che avevamo deciso di aprire invece del ristorante. Poi le settimane sono diventate un paio di mesi, poi sono diventate un paio d'anni e siamo arrivati adesso, insomma. Quindi è successo tutto un po' per caso.
Okay. Well, I was in Dublin for many years in a family business. Actually, I was in Dublin for 27 years. So I got married and we had a baby, and my wife was living and working here, so we looked at the options of either she moved to Dublin or me moved here, so I moved here. And I liked this type of business. Like, I enjoy food, cooking. Well, who doesn't enjoy eating and drinking, So anyway, I set it up here. I mean, Italian food is very popular. Everybody likes pasta, with pasta sauce, nice Italian cheese, Italian wines, Italian biscuits. I mean, it's just lovely.
Cercare di trasmettere la la nostra cultura ad altri popoli, ad altre nazioni, cercare di portarla proprio fuori dall'Italia, di farla conoscere, di farla apprezzare, insomma. Credo,
Certo,
più o
sì.
meno questa è l'idea.
Noi cerchiamo di fare il massimo, ovvio che su alcuni pezzi ti devi un po' abituare ai loro usi e costumi a tavola, ma noi comunque cerchiamo di tenere una linea e di servire e cucinare all'italiano.
So yeah, but look, if you want to say like if you, as an Irish person who only got into food in my early 20s, and then I got to Italy, and then I became, when I went to Italy, I became so involved in slow food. I became so involved in the culture. I was almost jealous. And then I would have my slow food friends would come to Galway, and I'd bring my Irish friends to Italy. So bring my Irish friends, we go and have fun, we have a big lunch, big dinner, and they would say, kind of, how much is that? And we were about 15 euros each. Go, I want to live in Italy. And then my Italian friends come over, we go down, I used to live behind the Crane Bar, they come into the house with a few bottles of wine, I'd cook a bit of roast beef and a bit of cream whiskey sauce, and just one plate, you know, no courses, one plate, we'd all drink that good for a few pints and go, Sheridan is the best family dinner in my life, I want to move to Ireland. So
We managed to get to that stage where I used to look at the faces, look what people like, listen to their comments, and try new things, and slowly tailor the menu to what people liked about our cuisine. And the things that they didn't like about our cuisine, we kind of left them behind. They put them as patients. They said someday they will like them, you know. And now they do like things like truffle and potarga, fish roll. Yes, no, it's an ongoing work actually. But because Irish people now are traveling so much, they bring so much to the table. You know, they tell you, "Oh, I'll try that thing. Oh yeah, you can do it. We love it." And you know, there is that kind of relationship. And here we are.
And you like to surprise them.
We love to surprise them in a positive way. Positive.
Learn a little bit of Italian with the chefs, and I've been messing around with Italian and speaking a bit like, but it was the first cuisine, I suppose, that I was introduced to from what I grew up with. Like, you know.
Okay. And you said you've been in Italy, and did that influence your passion about Italian cuisine?
It definitely did. I mean, I've worked in restaurants for 15 years. I went back, I studied Italian, just for the reason to go and live in Italy for 1 year.
Okay.
I tried to live in Italy when I was in Rome, but I've always been drawn to Italy for the food and the culture and the people. We have a good blend here of using a lot of local Irish fresh produce like the meat, the fish, and then we blend that nicely with the best of Italian produce, like the olive oil, sun-dried tomato.
Per me il vino ha ancora questa funzione di socializzazione. Mi piace l'idea, io sono cresciuto a Venezia, vivo a Venezia dove io d'estate andavo a prendere mio nonno al lavoro e si fermava in osteria a bere un po' di bicchiere di vino, giocando a carte con gli amici, mi riempiva di aranciata, praticamente mi corrompeva, diceva non dire alla nonna che siamo stati qua, però c'era questa cosa che mi era rimasta del essere seduti a tavola e socializzare con il bicchiere di vino, e per me il vino ha ancora questa funzione.
Sono tanti, devo dire la verità, perché ne abbiamo provato tanti, anche piatti un po' difficilotti, se uno magari parte un po', dice ma piaceranno, invece dei grandi successi.
Sono contento che la maggior parte gliela apprezza, come la fregola, che comunque non l'hanno mai vista in giro, come non l'avevo mai vista io, non essendo sardo.
La bottarga pure, la bottarga.
È ovvio la carbonara, la bolognese, la lasagna, quelle non moriranno mai, andranno sempre. Però comunque vedo che gli gnocchetti sardi, il Malloredus, vanno molto.
Parecchio, sì.
Try to be the ravioli. We make the ravioli ourselves, like so.
Okay.
We make ravioli and gnocchi and a few other dishes, like. But there's a new dish there with ravioli with pecorino sardo and artichoke and walnut and sage. But
that sounds lovely. End up getting hungry.
Qual è il prodotto che la clientela irlandese chiede maggiormente?
Buona domanda questa. Allora, se tu segui quello che la clientela irlandese vuole ancora vini abbastanza potenti, vini con un alcol abbastanza importante, e quindi funzionano molto come gusto i vini della Puglia e alcuni vini della Valpolicella. Quindi, però anche quello sta cambiando, perché parlavamo ieri con Martin Kittel, uno dei ragazzi che lavora qui in Enoteca. I vini che si vendono a Dublino non sono i vini che si vendono qua, ormai si sta cambiando rapidamente anche il gusto qua in Irlanda. Però, come dicevo prima, abbiamo cercato di creare un mercato per i nostri vini più che di seguire quello che il mercato, che il gusto qua locale voleva.
Prosecco's a hit here?
Yeah, Prosecco is a huge hit here. It's probably the largest selling sparkling wine in Ireland, I would say. It's slowly gotten over being called Italian champagne. Now it's just Prosecco itself. You know, eventually one day it'll probably be give me the French Prosecco, but hopefully it's.
Do you like to play with Italian regions?
Yeah, we do that. No,
We had a regional menu.
basically, what we do most of the time, which is the easier part, just go back to my region, go back to what I used to eat.
And you are from?
Viterbo, near to Rome.
Airport, near Rome.
Also,
Yeah. And then we do also this region. So basically, what we match Sardinia and Rome when we want to do something very regional, which that's where we come from, so we know best. Sometimes we can read a book and find some different recipes, but
I would say
it would be more easy for me.
it was born as a poor cuisine. People used to grow their own ingredients. So you won't grow 200 ingredients, you grow only your olives to make your olive oil, grapes to make your wine, your tomatoes to make your tomato sauce,
You
your
eat
pasta,
only what is seasonal.
and then you have your sheep, your cows for your cheese, and your milks, and your butter. And then from there you can start having a base for loads of the things you do in our cuisine. You know? So I suppose it's not tied up with ingredients, but what you put in it is essential in our cuisine. The quality, traceability, how well it was made. People that make olive oil, you could say in the shelf 10 olive oils, they're all olive oils, but you know, people that actually make it really proud. I think their olive oil is much better than yours. They're next door with the same trees, you know. So everything you do has to be a kind of has its own secret. So you think yours is almost as good as the Sardinian?
Yeah, that's always our oil.
It's better than the one in the Puglia thinks. In Puglia is better.
Yeah,
he was about to say that. There we go. So,
in the bar, because it reminded me of little small bakeries in Venice, like, but then Irish people don't have a clue what a bakery is, you know, or even cicchetti, they don't know what they are. Well, I suppose cicchetti in Venice are they're quite different to what we're serving here, like, you know.
Yeah.
What we kind of model this place on is there's some contemporary places in London serving contemporary food, like contemporary Italian food, like polpo and polpetto, spontino. These places that are serving smaller plates,
Okay.
kind of like Italian tapas. Kind of, it's quite different to your typical Italian trattoria where you have.
Prima di tutto, allora qua fuori dal ristorante c'è una bandiera italiana e un'altra che forse non tutti in Irlanda conoscono, però che cos'è?
La bandiera sarda è lo stemma della Sardegna, i quattro mori. L'altra bandiera italiana, perché lui è italiano, io sono sardo e quindi c'è i quattro mori.
In realtà c'è una sciarpa del Torino attaccata.
Ah, ok, c'è una sciarpa del Torino, non l'abbiamo vista.
Giusto per almeno rappresentare un po' anche la mia, però fuori c'è la bandiera sarda.
E se entra un cliente con una maglietta della Juve?
Diciamo che verrà trattato uguale, ma comunque
Non gli offriamo la sambuca
non
sicuramente.
c'è la sambuca alla fine.
No.
nicest Italian word. Bellissimo!
What's a very beautiful Italian word?
I don't know if it's, for me, I don't know if it's beautiful, but
Sounds
it
nice.
sounds nice. I love the whole thing that when I go to a restaurant with friends, with a group of friends, we look at each other and say, carrellata di antipasti. So, carrellata di antipasti is like, let it go, let's start. And then they bring you 10,
Art of antipasti.
exactly, like 10, 15 different things to
And,
try.
and you
taste.
got everything there.
Oh, it's amazing. And you try, look, taste that, taste this. It's like the Italian tapas. Basically.
We invented the tapas
Yeah.
long before the Spanish.
We call it antipasti mixed.
We don't know if we will have Spanish people in the audience, but
Let's say we invented it at the same time.
we stand by that. We stand by that.
We didn't call it tapas.
Well, anyway, we can all agree that carrellata di antipasti is a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful
We
thing.
can
It
all
sounds
agree
good.
Well, see, my problem with Italy is very early on my teacher at school realised that even though I was okay at sums, I am terrible at languages. So after 20 years of going to Italy, I only know about 3 words, which is latte de mucca cruda, latte de vaca, and latte de oveca. Crudo, always crudo, very important. Bicchiere, and then I can curse in Italian, which I'm not going to do now. But my nicest sounding food is hare. Like a rabbit, you go coniglio.
Oh, okay.
I like some of the pastas. So just the way the tangerine, the traditional butter pasta in Alba, where I'm from. So for me, the names are more associated with food. So when I go to Italy and I go to my friends' towns, I go to a trattoria for lunch, I sit down, and the first thing, I have 2 things that I just dream about. First is my plate of carne crudo. The carne crudo and the salsiccia de bra, so the raw sausage and the raw chopped meat. I just love the taste. And you can only get it there, so I know when I'm eating it, I am there. And then the second, which is one of my greatest passions, more important than cheese or wine, is panna cotta. I have maybe a society for the appreciation of the perfect panna cotta. So for me, panna cotta...
Allora, la parola che mi piace di più nella descrizione di un vino e che è poi la parola per me più importante, se non è un termine prettamente enologico, è eleganza.
Qual è l'eleganza di un vino?
Se avete un'oretta, un paio di bottiglie e vediamo di arrivarci. Però l'eleganza è quando tutte le componenti di un vino, che possono essere l'acidità, il tannino, la rotonda, quando è tutto in armonia.
There's 3. Probably the most popular word of people who come in here looking for Italian wines, and I just think it's very interesting the way it rolls off people's tongues. Amarone. They just love it. They love it, and especially, it was funny. We sell a lot of it at Christmas, but we sell an awful lot of it at Valentine's Day because people love amore and amarone, and I personally quite like the word ripasso. I don't know why. It just has a nice ring to it. For me, it has that kind of hard start, soft finish, and it kind of describes the wine to me as well. It has that big, bold body, but it's silky smooth. It's generous. That's probably it. And the third one, people seem to love saying Barolo. Yeah.
It does sound nice.
Yeah. But Amarone definitely is. People love it as a word to say. Because in a lot of cases, when they can't say things, they won't say it. But Amarone, they'll make a stab at it every time.
Amarone.